New year, new you. This is a statement that's going around like wildfire because it is the new year. So one of the things about that phrase that really bothers me is the fact that it puts so much pressure on the person who's reading it to say, I have to make a brand new me. That's a big gargantuan change. And I think that what's lost in that conversation is new year, new you. So it has to be everything new, everything has to be fixed. And it's like, I have a big problem with that notion because like new year, new you means that the old you wasn't great. And the truth is that any new version of you is going to have some version of the old you. So it's kind of flawed. So I guess my biggest thing here is that it is the new year. It's the third day of the year. I try to keep these pretty evergreen so anybody watching it would be able to get something out of it. And at the same time, it's important to talk about what's topical. So new year, new you, I'm gonna go ahead and reject that. And I'm gonna say the biggest thing that matters as you're stepping into the new year is, what do you wanna promise to yourself? I've never really loved the word resolution because, well, I guess it stems from my high school debate time where resolution was, you had to say something negative or you had to say something positive, but it's just never sat right with me. And as somebody who is a self-proclaimed word nerd, I just don't love the word resolution. So because of that, I started saying a couple of years ago, these are the promises that I'm making to myself. So my question to you as you're watching this is, what are the promises that you are making to yourself? Because I think it's a lot stronger if you make a promise to yourself. For instance, one of the things I'm promising to myself is that I'm gonna go back to school and I'm not gonna pause. No matter what happens, I'm not gonna pause school, I'm going to finish. I'm gonna get my bachelor's degree as soon as I possibly can. I've been talking about this since 2021, and definitely there have been things to stop me, and at the same time, it's time to get it done. So the promise to myself is that I will do what it takes to get that moving and not stop. I'm certainly not gonna finish this year based on the timing of the classes that I need to take. It's not gonna happen this year. Hopefully it'll happen by next. Part of that is committing to myself. I promise to myself, I'm not gonna pause again. So enough about me. Let's talk about you. What is something that you can do? A lot of people, it's really popular this time of year to say, I'm gonna read 100 books. Okay, what if you haven't read a book in a while? Maybe a tiny tweak would be, I'm gonna read a couple pages. I'm actually reading a book right now, and I read like 9 pages last night. I read 10 pages the day before, and just finding little pockets, just 5 minutes of time that you can do something, that you can devote time to something that you've been thinking about. So what is something that you've been thinking about doing that's hanging over your head in some way to say, gosh, I said I wanted to do that last year. Here we are again at the start of a new year. What do you want to do this year? What do you want to get done? So framing it in the idea of what is a promise that you can make and keep to yourself. Now, I would recommend telling other people. At the same time, there's some science behind that if you tell someone that you're going to do something, it's kind of like telling them that you're going to write a book. You feel like you actually wrote the book and published the book, but there's really a whole lot more steps that I'm discovering in the process of publishing a book. You tell people you're going to write a book, they congratulate you, you feel like you've done something, but in fact, you have not done it yet. You have to write the book, you have to publish the book. However, the first step is telling other people so they can keep you accountable. I am Jen Haston. Welcome to my page if this is your first time. Every week when you tune in, you will get a message about how to be a better parent, partner, and person, and how to seek better balance from me, the boss of balance. If you find this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Mostly go ahead and give me a comment. Let me know something I said resonated with you or something you didn't like, because my hope is to inspire and challenge you. Again, I'm Jen Haston. This is Haston Helping Hands. And I'll be back next week. In the meantime, keep seeking your balance, whatever that looks like.